Hi YouTube, this is Daisy Papa 8989 over here with my Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. Just bringing you my updated Road to Asgard Nordic deck. Just updated a couple of cards on it and just changed up the monster lineup just a little bit from our previous build. And that's it. Overall, the deck is running pretty well. A lot of people do not know how to play against this deck since they've never seen this. So like it gives a pretty big advantage since your opponent has no idea what to do. They don't know whether to attack or not attack. So it gives you the advantage to basically get an Nordic God or synchro spam and win. So that's what's great about it. So let's get started. First up is 3 Vanities of the Nordic Ascendant. This is what makes the deck playable. Basically, this card can be substituted for any Nordic tuner for any of the Nordic gods, and basically when you normal summon her, you can ditch a Nordic monster from your deck to the graveyard and adjust her level accordingly. So basically she's awesome because she can be used for Odin, Loki, and Thor, and she has a built-in Foolish Burial to help with her revival. So awesome card, must be running in 3s. Next is 3 Tungrisnir of the Nordic Beast. I run the Nordic Beast version of the deck, which in my opinion is the most consistent. I run 3 of these. Basically, when it's destroyed by battle, special summon 2 Nordic Beast tokens, level 3. Sets up for instant Nordic God play. Next up is 3 Tungjoshter something. I just call him Black Billy Goat. He has the most difficult name to pronounce. Basically, when one of your monsters is destroyed by battle, you can special summon it, and when he's changed from defense mode to attack mode, whether it be he's face up or face down, you can special summon 1 Nordic Beast from your deck to the field, and that's extremely good. You can special summon 1 Tungrisnir and get set up for a summon for a Nordic God, or summon Gulfax and go for instant level 7, and which is pretty good because you can get +1s off of this guy, and turn the flow of the game to you because of him. So you can go into instant Black Rose or instant Thor or Loki or Odin or whatever you want to go into. Next up is 2 Gulfax of the Nordic Beast. Basically, these are your tuners to make Thor. Good beater, good 1600 beater. Otherwise, I just run 2 of these. Next up is 2 Valkyrie of the Nordic Ascendant. Basically, this little girl, when you summon her, when you control no cards and your opponent controls a monster, you can remove from play 2 Nordic monsters from your hand, special summon 2 level 4 Imperial tokens, which sets up for a first turn Odin, which your opponent is probably going to have a bit of a difficult time to get rid of if they don't got a Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment face down. So good first turn Odin, and actually for once probably one of the first cards that gives off a -2 that's actually worth it. Next up is 2 Super Nimble Mega Hamsters. I run 2 of these. Basically searches off your Tungrisnirs or your Black Billy Goats. Good search card. Next up is 2 Rykos. Card destruction, really good. You can search it out using Super Nimble Mega Hamster, and helps with the milling and help fuel your Nordic God revival. And it's also there so that you can pop any annoying cards that's in your way, such as Royal Oppression or any annoying monsters that you don't want to have to deal with. Next up is 1 Effect Failure, Tech Choice. Effect Failure is extremely good this format since a lot of weaknesses that a lot of decks face nowadays is monster effects, and Effect Failure gets around that. Next up is Caius. Since this deck can produce a lot of tokens and have a lot of free floating monsters, good card to run. Next up is Gores. Good card to run, especially when you have if you don't have any plays to make any synchro summons, summon Gores, and you can use this to turn the duel around. Next is onto the spells. 2 Forbidden Lances. I Forbidden Lance to basically protect my monsters from spells or traps, like help protect my my Nordic gods, like my Odin, Thor, Loki, from like a compulse, a bottomless, tarantula, or whatnot, or a deep prison where I can't revive them. And since it only takes off 800 attack, there's still big beat sticks that your opponent still has to get over. So obviously the 800 attack point decrease is no hindrance to it. Next up is Two Pot of Avarice with the Rykos. With the Rykos and like the Tungrisneers and the Black Billy Goats, you go through your resources pretty quickly. So you want to run 2 Pot of Avarices. I tried 3. I just like always had them clogging up my hand and like never was able to like run the deck that consistently with 3, and 2 seems to be working right now. 2 MSTs, common sense to run it, clear those back rows. Creature swap, good card to run, especially when you can steal one of your opponent's bigger monsters, steal it. You give them your white billy goat, you attack it, you get the 2 tokens, and you got yourself set up for a Nordic god. Book of Moon, common sense to run it. Giant Trune, common sense to run it. Clears the back row, creates your OTKs. Dark Hole, common sense. Monster Reborn, even more common sense to run that over that. Alright then, next up are the traps. I run 3 Gleipnirs of the Defenders of Fredder. These are the Rotas of the deck. See no reason why not to run 3 of these. Basically, this card can open up a lot of combos with your decks. And plus these can bait out your opponent's Dust Tornadoes or MSTs or whatever back row destruction they want to throw at you. And so that's what's good about it. Next up is 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. I like 2 because a lot of in my locals I face a lot of GBs, a lot of GBs, and like a lot of other decks that Bottomless can basically get rid of. So I like 2 of that for now. Next up is Nordic Relic Maginord. I'm teching this card. I'm so far liking it. Basically, it doubles the attack of a Nordic monster which you control. It can attack directly, but because it alters the attack of a monster, you can activate it during the damage steps. So basically, if you have a Thor or Odin on the field, your opponent's low on life point. But let's just say like your opponent has like 3,000 life points. You have Odin on the field, and they got like a Caius on the field. You attack with Odin. They probably think they don't have to worry about it. But then you activate this, and boom, you just hit them for game. So good card to run, especially like you leave up a face-up white billy goat, and they attack into it. You activate this, and they just lost their monster, which is pretty good. Next up is Trapstun, dealing with those back rows, important. Compulsory evacuation device. I've replaced my spare Solemn Warning with this because I saw how much Solemn Warning shot up in price and just like sold it on eBay for like $80. So I thought, why not? And compulsory evacuation device gets the job done the same way as Solemn Warning. Torrential Tribute clears your opponent's monsters, Mirror Force, and Deep Prison. And that's the deck, YouTube. So I hope you guys like it, and comment, rate, and subscribe, and peace out.